Welcome everybody to another episode of Scaranoia, and as per usual, we got yet another banger for you because this is a great topic that all three of us are very excited about, and it is the biggest twists, the biggest shocks, the biggest kind of surprises in horror, and to me, like kind of horror adjacent. But as always, it is I Hug surrounded by Chris and Jared, and just going with the plot twist. We got different attire today. I forgot what my name is, but are you guys excited about this topic?
I would say so. There's so many in the realm of horror that you could go on for days with an idea like this.
But we won't. Jared,
No.
what about you?
Dude, I absolutely am excited. I'm a big horror movie fan. I always have been since I was little. Like plot twist or what makes a movie good or bad in some cases. I have some good, some bad to talk about, but super excited to talk about this topic.
I get you. I'm really excited about it too, for numerous reasons. One of which, like I said, I'm going to go a little more horror adjacent. Jared, you're more niche, so you're going to be jumping in, deep diving, and I'm interested what Crispy's got here. But more so, just for that, what was that? Go ahead, Jared.
We do got to put the warning here. Spoiler alert, obviously.
I was just going to say, basically, with what we're talking about, it's almost entirely going to be spoilers because these are going to be the
Yes.
big twists that you get from all these different shows or movies, I guess, in this case. So it will be whatever. I'm off my game, man. The biggest flip today is that I just don't even know what I'm doing now. Like this is wild. We're in all new territory. Maybe I just need to get replaced on the show. Maybe that's
Nah.
what it is.
I
But
think
I
it's the
did want
outfit,
to.
man.
It's
The
the
outfit.
outfit. You leave
That's
it,
what
bro.
it
It's like
is.
Mr. Rogers changing his shoes, bro. Like
It is. Plus, I just feel like, the biggest shock twist is this. Everybody else is ready for like the button up. I know Surveyor is gonna be watching this. Shout out Surveyor 405. The man is the unofficial slash official view count outfit or whatever design
the outfit
person
checker.
consultant. Yeah, he's our fashion consultant, and he's always in here deciding what we can and cannot wear, or basically just judging what I wear. But I would like to start off with you, Crispy, if you want to go ahead and give me one of your biggest twists.
So one of my favorite twists come from like one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and
Okay.
that would be Sleepaway Camp.
Ooh.
Now, premise of the movie: cousins go to summer camp, overnight camp. People start dying from the people that are there to the counselors, and the whole time they're building it up like, we're not sure who it is. Is it the cousin Ricky? Is it one of the counselors? Then it comes to find out that it's one of the main characters, Angela. Only that's not the plot twist. The plot twist is that Angela is actually Peter, who her aunt adopted her when her father and sister died, and made them transgender because she already had a son. So at the end of it, you see a reason why, yeah,
So you're saying at the end you see a sizable surprise.
a sizable surprise. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. That's definitely a twist. What a twist. I don't know if you guys ever watched Robot Chicken, but what a twist. Jared, I don't. Jared, you.
Dude, so I had never watched Sleepaway Camp until I watched it actually with Chris one night. I knew already about what was going to happen, but I was still surprised that like that was back then too. It was like what the 19 in the
It was the
80s.
80s. Yeah,
Like
it
that
was
was like
80s.
unheard of, Like nowadays it'd be oh whatever, but like back then, like
Showing
that's really
penis
like
in an
yeah,
80s
like
horror movie.
yeah, and like it's a transgender as well, which back then just wasn't something that was really you know
Openly discussed,
yeah.
especially in media.
Yeah.
Horror, I will say, like it's kind of always been a little more taboo and stuff like that, but normally
It
they are a
has
little ahead as far as like, topics and things like that.
facts. And I think that would be a good topic one day to talk about like queer horror. I feel like that would be like a good podcast discussion for sure with it.
I also feel like it would be like there's a lot. I feel like LGBT, there's a lot of representation in horror in
Definitely.
general. Like
Yeah,
just
especially with the Child's
overall.
Play franchise. The Child's
I
Play
don't.
franchise. Yeah,
I would have to look into
Glenda.
that
Let's
more.
see.
I think I've only ever watched the first one,
Really?
so I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because that's. I haven't seen anything because they go like deep into it. They do like Revenge of Chucky, they do Bride of Chucky, like all this other stuff. I don't think I've only ever seen the first, whatever. Are there like reboots and stuff of Chucky,
Kind
There's
of.
a remake.
or
Like,
is it all follow like one storyline?
Minus the 2019 one that follows the entire storyline.
Okay. So Jared, what is your first of your
Well, obviously,
biggest
I
twists?
I have to talk about the greatest twist of all time. Well, maybe not the greatest twist of all time, but the first one that comes to mind. Scream 1996. There's not just one killer, there's two, and it's Billy and Stu. Like, I love whodunit horror. That's like my favorite. Like, if there's a subgenre of a subgenre, my favorite subgenre of a subgenre is a whodunit slasher. And
Okay.
I feel like really the entire Scream franchise you can lump into just like some of the best plot twists. Because whenever I first watched Scream, I did not see Billy or Stu as the killer, not going to lie. And I think it's the greatest
I
movie ever made.
I feel like especially with, Billy being arrested for it early on, but he had the alibi on how, like, this obviously wasn't me. So in your mind you're like, that always happens, like somebody is the obvious killer and then they're cleared, so then you're working, racing, trying to figure out who it is. But spoiler alert, it was him the whole time. Him and Stu.
I again I've only really seen the first Scream, but it works for this.
Yeah.
And I actually really love that. I do love that twist. It's not one of the ones that I initially was going to pick, but it is one of the few that I think I would have been able to bring to the table for this that you guys will both would have enjoyed. And I will say this, one of the few ones that I did not like peg early on, because I do want to say with a lot of these big, twists, big shocks, big surprises, I feel like a good 70% of the time you see it coming. Like you kind of know from the beginning. And that was one of the ones that I was like, did not see it coming, had no
Yeah.
clue. When it finally like hit me, I was like, wow, this is like super good.
And I feel like that's it with the Scream franchise is every movie, the killer is always some kind of plot twist that you didn't really see coming.
100%. And then when we're going into plot twists like that,
Okay, Jared.
it's like Big
Yeah, I'm
Gamble.
fine, bro.
Big Gamble, absolutely relentless towards Jared, man. Not letting this man
Yeah, I
live.
need to let my man live, okay?
I'm going to go with, again, kind of a more conservative pick here. But I think one of the biggest ones in horror, like a thriller movie in general, is Saw, the initial Saw movie.
Yes. Oh my
Absolutely,
god.
not only one of the best, like, well done twists, but also one I did not see coming until like maybe like 3 minutes before it happened. I was kind of like, wait, like could it possibly, you know what I mean, like right as like it was about to, before it did the reveal, I was like, hold on a second. But it was so well done. It fits the story and the narrative so well, because I think that's another thing we kind of got to touch on, and now that we've all done at least one, maybe we could get on this, is like, does the surprise, does the twist fit the story? And I feel like for Saw it absolutely did. It made the story for me, and 100% made it worth the wait, because it was something that it wasn't just for the sake of having a plot
Yeah.
twist. It absolutely worked.
I
So
feel
like for
like
Sleepaway Camp, what do you think?
um yeah, like it's kind of hard to say because I feel like it works for the overall story of the Angela character, being that, we always knew that one of the kids lived from the beginning when the dad died and one child. You don't see which one is which. So you're like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. But then it was like, but at the same time, I feel like it's still like, I don't know. I would say, I'm just going to say yes, because there's so much I feel like that goes into the little things. Like, yeah, we'll say yes. I don't know where I
and
was going with that.
Jared?
and Scream 100% does. Like without it being Billy and Stu, would we have a franchise for Scream? Or would it have been a one and done? I truly
Good question.
believe that the reveal really helped the movie.
I think that, and like we've talked about this before, I really think for me it kind of ruined it, but also it gave it longevity. Is Scary Movie. I don't know. To me, I feel like Scary Movie in itself gave Scream longevity because it made the Ghostface character more prevalent in society. Like that, even though it was like the joke version, to me, when I think of Ghostface nowadays, now it's in DVD, I think of that. But I think of immediately Scary Movie, then Scream, and then of course Dead by Daylight. Shout out to all the Dead by Daylight players. But I think, just for like mass appeal, I think that kind of gave the movie some
I feel like
longevity.
it pushed it out to a different audience that it might not have, that maybe wasn't into the horror movie itself, but they love the comedy horror of, Scary Movie and stuff. So, yeah.
The other thing, and I know this isn't like a Scream episode, but the other, Jared would love that. The other
Yeah.
thing is talking about Scream always makes me happy because I took film classes in college. I was big into that, and that was such like a theme, such an element of the movie that it was like the study of film, stuff like that, and how things were laid out. That I feel like that was very like cerebral for me. I really enjoyed that.
And talking more on your pick, Saw, I think it's an amazing twist. Overrated for sure, like most Saw movies are. But I think, honestly, you could choose any of them. Like 95% of the Saw movies, minus Spiral and Jigsaw, because the movies are ass, all have great,
Horrible.
like, plot twists. Like, every single one of them has amazing plot twists, especially in Saw X. There's an amazing plot twist in the post credits that fucking Mark Hoffman was like working with Jigsaw before we even knew it. And that's the one thing. Does it get over the top? Yes. Like the Saw franchise, so over the top with like so much plot twist, so much like what oh wow, this person. But I love it, It's overrated,
Yeah.
but I still love it. It's like candy. It's not good for you, but you still gotta eat it. It's still enjoyable.
I like how you're like, but you still gotta eat it. Did you say gotta or gonna?
Still gotta eat
Gonna.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
okay.
I
Because
thought
I
you
was
said
like,
gonna.
still gotta. It's like you're not forced to eat the candy, Jared. You don't have
Oh
to.
yeah, I am.
Look,
Here
if
I
the
am.
candy's in front of him, it's the candy is forcing him.
Yeah.
It's the candy's in charge. Okay, big Skittle.
Dude, shout out Skittles, man. Love you guys.
Not a sponsor, but we're open to it. I definitely think with Saw, yeah, like it was something. Not only did it make the movie, like had that twist not been in there, it I don't know, like it improved it like a good amount. Like it took
For
it from
sure.
like a C plus B minus maybe to like an A, in my opinion. Like that's really what it didn't necessarily make the entire movie, but it absolutely upped the game of it.
It added a whole new layer to it, yeah.
Which for me, the jig is up, okay? Because I've been trying to add a new layer to this, and it is not having. I got twisted myself here, because we are currently having a lot of technical issues. If you who are watching the video, not listening to the podcast on wherever you're listening to, and if you are, appreciate you. But we had a twist for this, which is why last minute this episode was the idea. We changed the entire episode. We had everything going. We were supposed to have an additional guest on, but we were having a lot of technical issues getting our guest on. But if he can get everything going, he's going to let me know. And if you all know who that is our good friend, TaylorComplains from HorrorTok. He and I planned this out earlier this week, and I was like, hey man, what if I pitch like we do something funny and I just bring you in and I don't tell them. So the whole plan was I was going to have him join. That's why I told you guys, like, I have a strict timeline because I had like locked him down to come be on the show. If you've noticed, I've been a little distracted. If you notice I've been a little off my game, it's because I'm like actively communicating with someone else, trying to like get this going. But hopefully he'll be able to join us here shortly. If not, then, we'll have him on an episode soon. But that was my little, trying to give you all a little plot twist, trying to bring in somebody to add to the
Tell
fun
us.
here. But because I don't know that he's going to join, and I may have to chill out here for a sec and
You're good.
try to help.
Well, I mean, if you need
IT
some time
guy.
to chill out, I could talk about another
Well,
One of
we're
my
going to
favorites.
jump into the next ones here, but I just want you to know if I'm not paying attention, especially if people
Yeah.
are watching and you see me looking over here typing, so I don't need the YouTube comments like, oh, why Hugz ain't paying attention, or he's Googling something.
Or
I'm
like
Googling your
Jared's
mom's
watching.
address.
Oh!
I already know it. I already know it.
Oh, snap. Jared would know. Jared GPS is everyone's mom right now.
For jumping into the next ones here, one of my favorites, alongside Sleepaway Camp, is one that I discovered more recently. Me and Jared had went through and watched the entire. Yeah, he knows the entire Final Destination series from like the first one to the fifth one, and um, the ending of the fifth one was phenomenal. What it was, a couple thinks that they've escaped death, and they, in whatever the reason was. Rest in peace to Tony Todd, by the way. The couple, they think so. They're like, we're gonna plan a trip. They're like, let's go to France, right? They get on the flight. Things start looking sketchy. What the fuck happens? The beginning scene from the first one where they get thrown off the plane. So it's full circle. That Final Destination 5 is like a prequel to Final Destination 1, and the people who didn't die in the fifth one died in the first one. Because they went down with that plane. It was so fucking good.
Bro, I love Final Destination. Like that's one of the few series that I've watched like all of them pretty much, and I absolutely love that series. I love the concept. I love it. It's one of the few movie series that like gives me like I don't know anxiety because you
Yep.
think about it and
For
you're like,
sure.
I remember is at the end of the first one where he like goes into the little shack and like the fishing pole like falls over and it's like this whole thing because I'm like bro you could be like anywhere like anything could happen at any time like you could like get scratched by something and get tetanus.
Dude, I was
and then,
driving earlier, right? And my phone fell like to my feet. And my first
That's why
thought
you
is
should be on
I'm
your
gonna
phone when
reach
you're
down and
driving.
grab it, and I'm on the freeway, and I'm like, so as soon as I started, I'm like, oh hell no, I've seen this movie, so I pulled off on a side street and grabbed it. But I'm like, I could just imagine, like,
bro one thing is every time I stop at train tracks every time because I think of that where the metal like shoots up from the bro every time and I live by train tracks. I have to I get stopped by trains all the time and like in my entire adult life every time I get stopped at a train that's what I think of and I think that makes a good movie like that proves that was like an
that
effective plot
adrenaline rush,
point.
yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, and I think that movie's a little different too though because I feel like that entire franchise is built on the concept of things coming out of nowhere or things coming out of
Yeah.
trying to find new unexpected ways to kill the characters or to you know what I mean. It's like a different version of jump scares, if that makes
For
sense
sure.
to you.
100%,
You get where I'm
yeah.
going with that. I'm gonna jump to mine before I go back to Jared for one, and that is mine is a classic. Okay, it's one of the most talked about, like kind of flips, and I would call this a thriller. I'm not gonna say horror, but I would say a thriller. It's definitely like adjacent, and in Scary Noise we cover a lot of topics here. We cover the oddities. Okay, so paranormal. I'll also link in this. That'll be the Sixth Sense. So I see dead people, all this stuff, and then in the end you find out they were dead the whole time type thing. And that change, that like, I kind of felt like that could be what was going on type thing, but I wasn't like 100% sure. And then it wasn't even that I knew specifically like that was a twist. I was like, there's something going on. But when they do the reveal and, they've been dead the entire time, I'm like, that is insane. Like, that is crazy. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then that was like the most talked about thing at the time. Like, that was the most popular, because that was M. Night Shyamalan or whatever. And that was like, he became known as like the guy for doing that kind of twist.
And then he just shits the bed 90% of the time after.
Bro, what was the one with Mark Wahlberg he was in where it's like the plants
The
were
Happening.
killing people? I
The
like
Happening.
that movie. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I like that movie.
I don't
Dude,
think I've seen it.
I absolutely fucking despise M. Night Shyamalan. Like,
Oh,
but also
Lord.
there's movies that I really love. The Sixth Sense is not one of them. I absolutely love Signs. but there's not.
What about
As I
Split?
drink a bottle of water, because you mentioned Signs. If you know, you know.
Split's good. Unbreakable's good. That whole Unbreakable trilogy is really good. Ode, I really love Ode as well.
I haven't seen
I did
any of
not.
the. What it's the dude that plays Professor X, right?
Yeah, that's the
From
Unbreakable
like Days of
trilogy.
whatever. Yeah, that's that group. I haven't seen those movies, but everybody tells me you got to see because that's like Split, Unbreakable, whatever, right?
In
Yeah, I can't
Glass.
remember.
Glass.
Yeah, Glass.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those, and those have been like extremely like recommended to me by many people.
I would say that even though it's a minor kind of plot twist, Split itself, like the fact that the the main protagonist that James McAvoy plays, come to find out he's got multiple personality disorder and shit, and he's all these different people. Is it DID, like
Yeah.
dissociative identity? Yeah, like he's all these different ones and shit,
Mhm.
and like you find that out early on, but it's still like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on here? You know?
Bro, okay. See, this is almost why like Scaranoia is hard to like segment sometimes because I want to talk Fight Club. You know what I mean? Like huge
We don't talk
twist.
about that though.
Well, we're
Yeah,
not going to
rule
talk
one.
about the club itself, just the movie. Okay.
I've never seen the
Um,
movie.
I wasn't going to bring up the club, man. I was like, way to tell everybody. But like again, another huge twist and multiple personality type thing. So it's like kind of fitting to the conversation.
that was a big plot twist, but it's not a horror movie as well.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll
There's
see.
some horrific
This is
shit that went down
evolving.
there, okay?
But I'm just saying, this
You
is
woke up in bed
evolving.
next to that chick. That was pretty damn horrific.
We we have a lot of we have a lot of content streams coming up. We got a lot of things going on. We got a lot of things evolving. But I like Scaranoid being horror, scary stuff, whatever. We got to do something with like movies, TV, whatever.
I've
Where
said that, man.
something's
A
in the
pop
works.
culture one,
Something's
bro.
coming up. Something's
Yes.
coming up. So keep it
Yes.
watching. Let us know if you'd be interested in that. Tell us where you tell us things. But Sixth
Please do
Sense,
it, please. Okay.
Sixth Sense, 100%, I think, had to be mentioned in this just for
Yeah.
not only how big it was, but also I feel like that then set a standard for honestly a lot of shitty twists that came later from other movies trying to be M. Night Shyamalan. Like, that really, like, everybody tried to jump on that bandwagon.
That's
Jared, what do
fair.
you think of that?
Kind of like the others almost is what that kind of is. With Nicole Kidman, like she goes to this house. There's like supposed to be like 40 or 50 people there, but they're all ghosts. Like every single one of them end up being dead, and she's talking to ghosts, and like she even has intercourse with a ghost, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird. Still a fun movie,
Also brings me
but
back to Scary Movie. Does everything bring me back to Scary Movie? Like, is
Scary
this going
movie
to be
too.
the meme for me? Like, everything brings me back to Scary Movie?
maybe.
I don't even really
But
like Scary Movie like that. I only talk about Scary Movie because you like Scary Movie.
I love Scary Movie. By the way, if you're ever looking for that scene, it's at the 44-minute mark and 14-second mark. For anybody looking for that scene.
Jared's gotten a lot of time watch that movie, watch that scene.
But there is one that I have to mention here. One of my favorite plot twists in a recent movie. Probably my favorite plot twist of all time. Just because I remember being in theaters and being absolutely stunned. Jordan Peele's Us. That's my favorite Jordan Peele movie. I love Jordan Peele so much. But, so our main character, Red, was actually one of the tethered that was down below. And whenever they was little, she went down to the little, like, underground thing where all the mirrors was. And they switched her body. So, the tethered ended up living her life. And Red lived the tethered life, which, seeing that in theaters, I did not see that coming a million, like, at all. It was an amazing twist. Probably my favorite twist of all time.
Very, very good twist. Honestly, not one that I thought of immediately, but Jordan Peele, all his movies are super good.
Facts. I love
Absolutely
Jordan Peele,
phenomenal.
man.
Crispy, have you seen these movies?
I believe we watched Us.
We did.
Get Out. Love that one. I mean, I guess you could talk about that being one of the ultimate plot twists there with finding out what really happens, like what he was essentially
Yup.
being recruited for. That was super cool. Um, I wouldn't say cool, but like that was an interesting twist.
It was
to
a
like,
cool plot point.
yeah,
There
cool
you go.
plot.
Whoa.
Hey, hold on. Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, those phenomenal.
So okay, we've talked Scream, we've talked Scary Movie, we've talked Final Destination, all the like, series and stuff that you guys really love. What is my favorite series?
Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Paranormal Activity. There's so many good twists in that of like the family backstory and like how she ends up getting, especially in the first one, like she ends up getting kind of possessed and things like that, and then later on as you see more of the series, how it goes into the backstory and the things that you come to find out. And then the way it ended was like, it was whatever. I don't know if people watched it. It was like on Paramount Plus or something. They did the final movie. Oh snap! We are very excited. We finally. Oh, there we go. The biggest plot twist of them all.
I'm so annoyed. This is what made me bald. This is what makes me bald. Technology that doesn't work.
TaylorComplains. We're so excited to have you, brother. Horror talk icon, friend of
That's
the show.
not true. I might be like this podcast.
Poor
This,
talk
no,
bad boy right here.
if this podcast gets less listens, it's because I am being silenced. Much like Jared is being silenced by Big Gamble, I am being silenced by Horror Talk because I have opinion. Did you guys talk about Orphan yet?
No.
No, that was my next one.
Orphan's
Hit us
so
with it.
good. Oh, dude, so Orphan's about this young lady, and then things start happening around this young lady, and people start ending up like not alive anymore. Sorry, I'm not sure what you can and can't say on here. I'm used
Say
to like
whatever you want.
Say it
TikTok.
all. Say
I'm
it
used to
all.
like
YouTube.
TikTok lingo, and I'm like, do I have to
So-
say unalive on here?
No.
So here's the deal.
So
I have
this-
Jared on here, so obviously people say whatever.
That is true. He's a degenerate. So this young broad is really an old broad. That's the spoiler. And she's the one that's been killing people. She's got jacked up teeth. She pulls out these weird, I don't know why you'd pull veneers off, but she pulls them off and she's got jacked up teeth. I mean, you need to put those back on right now because those did not have anything to do with you looking young or old. Now you just look like a prehistoric demon. Please put them back in. So there's crazy teeth. She's got wrinkles now. I don't know. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen, and it was half ridiculous, half very inspiring, and I really liked it, and I shouldn't have because it was stupid in hindsight. Explaining it to you, it sounds stupid, and I feel foolish.
Well, so here's
Dude,
my
it's
question.
a good twist. It's a really good twist.
Here's my question though, because we've been in these. Mine. I did Saw and Sixth Sense. I stick more, the old school traditional.
Yeah.
Crispy Sleepaway Camp.
Final
Jared's was
Destination
Scream, and then Final Destination. But what I've basically been talking about is not only is the twist like a big part of the movie, is it done well, but was it needed for the movie, or was it something that was thrown in just kind of like extra, and then it was like, that kind of ruined it, or didn't even need to happen?
I think that it played to the benefit of the movie, not the detriment. Whereas, like, I don't know. No, Sixth Sense played to the benefit. I mean, usually twists like play to the benefit of the movie, but there's stuff like The Village that just made me upset. The Village was like trying to figure out Riverside on a MacBook Pro. That's how I felt about The Village. I was just upset at the end. I was like, I was hitting my MacBook with my hand, and I wanted to. If I had something to throw at the movie screen, I would throw it.
That's why I was like, if worst comes to worst, throw it on your phone. We'll see if it works.
I will keep this downloaded on my phone because I know after this, immediately, as soon as the podcast ends, I'll be asked as a permanent member. Listen, the answer is yes. I will do it. I will just keep this downloaded on my phone, and it's fine.
There we go.
I definitely, we need to get you on a G2 Kappa to do an interview. But the Village is a good one. I know it's like frustrating, but that's a good pick. That's a good.
It's so upsetting. It's like any National Lampoon's movie after Vegas Vacation. It just makes you want to hurt people, but you can't. We're not going to hurt people, but it makes you want to.
Van Wilder is a good movie.
That's
and
true,
I will
but that's
die on that hill.
But that's the one movie in like 2 decades, and then there's nothing. It's a desert. That's a tree in the desert, baby. That's
Ryan Reynolds. That's basically what Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, but that's Ryan Reynolds before it was Ryan Reynolds. I guess before any of us knew what we had.
we can get into. We need to have the podcast that's like we were just talking about doing pop culture one, because I just had a long conversation about Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, and Van Wilder, because people are like, name a movie other than Deadpool. He's been
Van Wilder, Blade Trinity. There's tons of them. The one where he talks to animals.
Yeah, well, there was also somebody asked about, because I said The Proposal, the one with him and Sandra Bullock, where he plays.
The Proposal.
But somebody said they think that was after Deadpool, and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know.
No,
I would have to.
No. That was like several years before Deadpool.
I thought so, but anyway, I will take no Ryan Reynolds slander that basically said Deadpool made Ryan Reynolds. I was like,
definitely, maybe. Who loves? He's in every rom-com in like the 2010 to 2015. He's in all those.
Phenomenal, not just Deadpool, but he is phenomenal.
I mean, Deadpool in itself is a rom-com, if we're being honest. Okay.
Marvel movies fucking suck.
Jared, if I could, dude, I'd kiss you right now. I'll kiss you. Listen. I know that this is for all ages. On the mouth. On the mouth.
I hope to God your audio's good, so I can clip that of us just like Deadpool is blah blah. You're just like Kanye West us like George W. Bush hates black people. Like you just said it so like matter of factly.
Do you like Marvel movies? Get therapy immediately.
Yeah.
It's 2024. It's okay to get help.
Hey man, some of them were good. They you can't have a good thing forever.
They're talking about Red Hulk. I'm like, listen. Red Hulk. Is Red Hulk after Taco Bell? Is that what happens? Like that's the day after, and you're like,
Red
20.
Sounds like a pill you get from the gas station.
Hulk goes to Taco Bell and wonders, I wonder what $20 could get me. It gets you the day after on the toilet. It gets you the day after,
dude. Taco Bell used to get you something for $20. This is some horseshit nowadays.
Yeah, bro.
You can get like
Taco
one
Bell,
burrito,
3 tacos, a drink, and a nacho fry, and spent almost $25.
Bro, I used to be.
That's insane. Old. That's criminal. I'm old. Hugz, how old are you?
So as we've stated on the show, I'm 74 legal years old.
Oh,
and I'll openly tell people. But
dude, we're the same age.
Fuck yeah.
How do you have hair and all that you have? How do you have? What are you doing to keep it together? Because it has left me. I'm the opposite of keeping it together.
Sacrifice,
from him if you could
cult
tell.
leadership. Hey man, that hairline though, I've had that since I was young.
Mine's ran from me.
I'm keeping it together like Steve Martin and Cheaper by the Dozen too. Like that's what I look. I look like I have 12 children, and I've been taking life in the face for 75 years.
Good reference though, because I do love Steve Martin. But side note, Taco Bell, when we were kids, because obviously we're the old folks, when we were kids, you could get like a 12-pack of tacos, 3 burritos, put a down payment on a house, and still have a future. Like that was.
It was so cheap to help you move. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Taco Bell, and you suckers are eating for $15. Now I'm a sucker. It's $40.
Yeah.
The new life hack is Costco pizza. Okay, if I tell people like, you come help me out, I'll buy some pizza. Go to Costco, spend $11 on a big ass pizza. People usually in, but sometimes you gotta beer and it gets expensive.
Costco and Little Caesars, good.
Costco and In-N-Out are the last hacks for money. Like pizza, Costco's like $10 for a pizza, and then In-N-Out's like still $4 for a hamburger, and you can't get that anywhere. And I'm sorry for interrupting you, Hugz.
I can't get you're fine. I can't get In-N-Out here. I'm in Chicago.
Chicago.
Well, yeah, dude, you're on the wrong side of
Fuck that place.
You're on the wrong side of the globe, and Little Caesars makes food like they hate us.
Little Caesars became an oligarchy, bro. You can't afford it nowadays. Everything's hot and ready if you got like a freaking
I do make pizza like I hate people, man. I hate Little Caesars. I work there. I work at a Little Caesars at Subway.
That's
and
why
I
it's
absolutely
crazy,
hate
bro.
it.
No, Jared's villain arc against the Marvel
Jared
movies.
Jared hates people so much that like when you guys talked about them taking away the self-checkout in the last episode, the look in his face is like they're not effing taking away the self-checkout. Jared would rather have Skynet just destroy everyone he's ever loved than take away the self-checkout. Keep the self-checkout, kill my whole family.
I just love the fact that Jared was very much like, I don't care what people see or do or anything. Yeah. And then as soon as we got slightly into privacy, he's like, okay, you may have me now.
It is true though. Like, what are you doing that you care that the government is watching. I don't care. If the government wants to watch me in my most shameful moment, you go tell everybody how small it is. I'll high five you and corroborate the evidence. Like, what do you want?
Bro,
I'm just gonna say,
okay.
yeah, it is. I don't care.
So we're basically filming 7 episodes now because this is a topic I want to get into, and we're going to talk about it right now because I fucking want to while you're also here. I was going to save this for the paranormal episode, okay? But the thing is, if ghosts exist and they're in the house and they're still haunting it after they see all the things that occur, that's on them at that point.
I'm haunting you. If you're in my house watching me do the things that I do, like, you're like, get me out. I don't have any more unfinished business. I'm tired of watching this guy pee into the top tank of the toilet. It's making me sad because I'll do it in front of a ghost. I will pee into the top tank of the toilet where it ruins the whole toilet. And all the ghost can think about is, that's so much money. Why are you doing that? You gotta go to Home Depot.
Are you just peeing or are you dropping an upper decker?
I'll do it if it'll make it leave. If I can annoy the ghost, anything I can do to disrespect the spirits, I'll do it.
Look.
Dude. I'll be like, oh, I love Kanye West. Let's talk about Kanye West. The ghost is like, no, you didn't see what he did. No, I saw what he did. Let's talk about it. Nope. Ghost, I'm haunting
love Kanye.
you.
You can't hate on okay. Kanye made some mistakes. Viewcount LLC
Yeah,
is not.
he did. For sure he did.
Viewcount LLC is not at fault. Kanye made some mistakes. Okay, I love you, Kanye. It'll be okay, bro. Well, we can come back from this. It's okay.
I mean, his music is fire, but he is
Here's
insane.
the thing. Kanye got lizard personed, and he's back now. Okay, because if you see Kanye, it's back to old Kanye. Kanye's back to old Kanye. I feel like he got lizard person.
I'm expecting
he's back now.
The two part of the best trio of rap albums of all time. So
I fully believe he got like taken out and then returned. That's the only reason.
That's what
I
the
can just
Kardashians will
stick
do to
with it.
you. Being married to Kim Kardashian, that's
Dude.
what fucking.
Dude, I wish
sealed
they
it.
do whatever they want to me.
That is true. That is. If you're going to bring the Kardashians into this, they could commit war crimes on me, and I would be fine with it. I was there, but
I do have one thing to say
Okay.
about plot twist, because
Oh,
that's
Lord.
the topic of this. We cannot end this podcast without talking about the garbage movies. It just came in my mind. The Boy. That movie fucking sucks. The plot twist is stupid. Have you ever watched The Boy?
No.
The Boy's fucking ass.
the buoy.
It's trash. The Boy.
I know what you meant. I'm just messing with you.
It's terrible.
Can you
It's the
give
worst
me a
movie.
synopsis, Jared?
It's about this
Okay,
thing
so-
floating in the middle of the ocean that like is supposed to keep boats away
It
from the
bobs up
shore.
and down.
He
slightly?
said the
Sid.
buoy,
Is it like red and white and it
the
just
Baba
bounces?
buoy.
Okay.
The Babadook.
Oh, I hate
I
that
do-
movie.
Bro, I
I
like the
brought that up
story of the
just so Jared
Babadook.
could shit
I
on
like
it.
the story of the Babadook.
I hate that. That's my least favorite movie of all time, The
It's-
Babadook.
No,
It's
Mousetrap.
trash.
Jared's-
Hell
No.
House LLC.
I feel like Jared's
No,
hate gets me up in the morning. It just gives me power and like it makes me want to do things.
See,
You know
but
how
the best
people would
part
say,
about it is you shit all over Scream, which is Jared's favorite movie.
"Oh, I can't do Scream." I don't know. I don't understand. It's just a guy with a mask on.
Or
And then you
multiple
find out that
guys
it's-
with a mask on.
And then you find out it's like your anemic cousin, and you're like, how is he killing everybody? This guy has like a blood disease. I don't understand how he's killing other people
Aren't
because
you
he's got.
allergic to peanuts?
Yeah,
How are
he's
you?
like, yeah, dude. Like I could literally throw airplane peanuts at you, and you'd be like, meh, like you would be dead, and the movie would be over in like 30 minutes. I don't understand. You killed Drew Barrymore, good for you, but you look like David Bowie in like 85. How are you? How is this? I don't understand how he's killing everybody.
Also, if anybody was going to kill Drew Barrymore, it should have been Tom Green. Shout out Tom Green.
Hey, I remember that marriage.
There you
It's
go.
good.
Hey, old people reference. That's why
That
I
is,
figured you
dude.
might get it.
We can't podcast together anymore. It's gonna last way too long. It's gonna be like the first. All your episodes are 36 minutes. This one's at least gonna be 39.
Jared, can you give me a synopsis of The Boy?
Dude, so it's supposed to be this doll that moves on its own, but it's really just some old, decrepit man moving around. It's fucking trash. I remember someone recommending this movie to me saying, "Oh, buddy, I know your taste. You're gonna love this movie." But no, I hated it. It made me like. I watched 13 Reasons Why just after that, and I felt like maybe I should do it too.
So I'm only on this podcast with you guys right now because I'm a fan of it and I listen to it avidly.
I appreciate
You guys did a lizard person conspiracy like kind of episode. You guys talked about conspiracies, and that's where Big Gamble popped in. I have like a horror talk conspiracy. I am convinced, and I can't name any names because it's not just one person. It's like 30. It's like 25 to 30 different people.
He's the leader of them.
And it's
He's the biggest lizard person of them all, man.
And again, I would never ever go onto somebody else's podcast and name names, do anything, but I have noticed it's like, it's one person likes a film and then it circulates and then a day later, 30 people have reviewed it and and it's generated 1,000 comments upon a vast 30 different accounts of people from other people that are like, I gotta watch that movie. And then they review it and this movie's terrible. And I don't know how it makes its way into circulation, but it's fucking terrible. And I want to know what's happening. So I am with the conspiracy theories. I wasn't until I joined TikTok. And now I'm like, dude, something's got to be going on because people are reviewing films that are terrible. And obviously, taste is subjective. You guys can like what you like. But I am convinced that people are just liking shit because the popular person likes it. And it's kind of like I don't know.
No, welcome
He's
to
talking about
society.
Strange
Welcome
Darling.
to America.
He's talking about Strange
No,
Darling.
it started with Strange Darling. No, it started with Late Night with the Devil when I first joined
I enjoyed
TikTok.
that.
And then I watched it again and I was like, okay, I really like this movie. But there's like The Exorcism with fucking Russell Crowe. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear. But with Russell Crowe. And like, it just
We
goes
swear,
down.
you're fine.
It goes down the ladder. No, I listened to your last episode and I was like, I'm going to look for swear words because I got to be on this today. And I want to make sure that if I
Chris
swear.
normally swears more than anybody because I had a clip from him that normally he's the one I have to worry about when I clip because he swears the most. But it doesn't matter.
no,
You can swear
shame on
all
you,
you
Chris.
want. So.
I haven't heard a swear word the whole last episode, and you were the one that did it the one before.
I'm going to edit it out and then make it look like you're just losing your mind that I said something. And then it's going to be a big conspiracy.
Make me look more unstable than I already look this close to the camera. You're not doing me any favors. I appreciate that. I like your style.
Hey, man.
I do.
Keep you on edge, bro.
But I do believe that Horror Talk has been taken over. And it's not full of anyone with their own opinion. It's just full of like hive-minded yes men that are just like, this person is a corporate bootlicker for whatever reason. And I don't know who it is. I couldn't name names.
Okay.
Jared, you could name whatever. But you could, but I wouldn't even say it's him. I don't know who it is. But someone gets from the higher ups, and it goes all the way down, and it infects all these people, and then they all think this movie's good. But it's like, do you think that's good? Because I think if you watched it by yourself without the influence of someone that's super popular, you would think it sucks. You guys never do that. You guys never hear someone's opinion, and you're like, are you high? You try to think about like
all the time.
You try to figure like it's not even like are you high?
Ever said that the movie Old is good? That's how I've looked at them.
Speaking of twist endings, Old is so good.
It is. I agree.
So good.
It's so
Chris,
horrible.
Chris, you gotta step. Here's where you are, Chris. You're right here. Here's me and Jared. You know where me and Jared are at? We can appreciate.
You're on the island. You're on the island. That's why you're going bald. You're on the island.
Oh my God! With the bald jokes, going bald, bro. We've been bald. We're there. I have a home here. There's a garden outside. We've been here for a while. I'm like Matt Damon in The Martian. We've colonized.
I'm just stoked that Moby kept going after his music career. I didn't know he went on TikTok.
How
to do
dare
horror reviews.
How dare you? First of all, how dare each and every one of you guys? I'm not going to make
That's a
fun of you
Moby
guys.
reference in 2024. Thank you very much. I'm going to take a bow.
It's a good.
Okay?
It's a good joke, but I'm being made fun of by 3 people that were stuffed in so many lockers back in 2000.
Okay, first off, I couldn't fit in a locker.
In a locker, okay?
I couldn't fit in a locker.
I stuffed people in the locker.
I couldn't fit in a
That was
locker.
mean.
Jared was
I've
the
lost
one
160
stuffed in
pounds
lockers.
this year. I was the
Jared-
size of many lockers.
Jared,
I was a mean person back in my day.
you're still mean.
Like-
You're mean to, and fucking Chris is picking on Old.
It's such a shame. What is the redeeming qualities
You
of this
guys are
movie?
such bad
Dude.
people, and I am a good person.
It is such no, dude. You guys, hey, Scaranoia podcast listeners, you heard it first. Hugz loves Kanye West.
Okay, hold on. I love pre-Candace Owens Kanye. I'm throwing it out there, okay? Pre-Candace
Okay.
Owens Kanye.
Before the head trauma, we know.
I still love you, Kanye. I think you were a lizard person and you're safe now. I love you.
Hold on, let's see.
Buddy.
Dude, the way
We're off the rails at this point. Like, it just, I
a
don't
lot,
even-
a lot of people does meth. Jared, God bless you, dude. I love you so much. I love you
Love
so
you
much.
too, bro.
I'll be on this podcast any day of the week. Listen, I
I'm just
accept.
recontemplating my entire life
I
right now. Like, I'm
accept-
just slowly, like...
Dude, I'm just here.
Dude, I accept your full invitation of joining this podcast. I will. I absolutely will. This rule.
I
Even
wish
though
I
have
was
to-
on OBS right now for that. I used to have a thing on OBS where we'd have like the math equations like flying at you while I just sit there in like the darkness.
I remember on
Dude,
Twitch and
all
shit,
all of the streamers that are now podcasters and TikTokers, I remember that.
Bro, I'm dying.
I do have a plot twist though. Cabin in the Woods,
Yeah.
That is super good, actually.
arguably my favorite film of all time.
Never seen it.
I juggle between the top 2 or top 3.
See, I haven't seen it. I was waiting for
Super
Jared to
good.
watch it for so long because he was always like, "We're gonna watch that together," and then he just fucking watched it without me. So now I'm just like, it's tainted. Like,
Just
Can
watch
we
it.
talk about kind of trash movies that Jared recommended that have a twist that I did not
Oh,
really care
man,
about?
Jared.
Frogman was ass.
Whoa.
No.
Frogman is so good. He bangs a
Frogman
lady.
does not fuck,
Excited,
bro.
Jared got me excited for Frogman, and it's like
Frogman fucks, man.
He does
That's
not
the-
fuck, bro.
that's the only thing that's cool about it. That's
That
the
was
only
He
the
literally
good part
does.
Was like, he fucked.
but that's the
Frogman. It's a
only part of
frog.
it that I care
Literally,
about.
a frog R's a lady, and then it has an egg, and then the egg sprouts out little gross. Dude, I can't even. What, Jared? Is it? How do we black these two out? What do we
It's
do
too
to get them
horrible.
off?
The movie took, for someone that besmirched the name, and I'm not even trying to defend Hell House LLC, but someone who
Oh.
talks so much trash about it.
Hell House is so
Frog-
good.
It's so ass.
It's
Frogman is like
what the
45 minutes of the most boring stuff,
Okay,
followed
it
by
is.
like 10 minutes of like,
It
and then
is.
it's like,
But I will give you that. But whenever it gets to the crazy batshit stuff there at the end, it's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the
at
fuck?
best,
It's
it
true.
reminds me of like an old B-side horror movie.
It is,
At
but
best.
it's reminiscent of that. I got a chance to interview Anthony Cousins, and the director of Frogman. That's what he does. It's like his B movie, like it's his like sachet to glory. He's just like, yeah, I love these horrible '80s B movies. I wanted to make one. I had no idea that it would catch fire and go viral on the internet, but it did when it came out in
he
February.
succeeded.
You son of a bitch, you
I just-
bastard.
The thing is, I love found footage, but like it is so hard to do any kind of found footage without 45 minutes of garbage in the beginning. It just is.
Yeah.
But aren't all found footage movies that? They're 45
That's what I'm
minutes of
saying.
garbage.
It's so
Yeah.
hard not to have
Yeah.
it. Like it just.
But if you guys want,
Besides Creep.
I was about
Oh,
to
but
say that,
Creep-
Jared. Creep 1 and 2, phenomenal from start to finish.
I haven't seen either of them. I
well, yeah,
want to,
because
I
it
love
has
found
Mark
footage.
in it. Mark, he's so charming, and you want to know what's going on. But like, Creep really is slow from start to finish. It's very.
Dude, he followed me on TikTok
Poughkeepsie
the other day,
tapes
and
is
it
Who did?
scared
Mark-
me.
Mark Duplass?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Mark Duplass followed. Did he see
Swear to it.
on accident? Do you think he just accidentally hit the button?
Maybe.
He thought it was
He
Paul
liked
Blart. He's like, bro.
Oh,
He's like, bro, Kevin James is on TikTok.
Kevin James reviewed my movie?
Mark Duplass is like, yo, this kid doesn't have a neck. I'm gonna follow him for sure.
Is that the dude from The League? Is that what that is?
Jared
Dude.
back to laugh exposing more kid.
This is the
Mar-
best podcast. I hate
That's the
that
dude from The League, right? Is that who you're?
yeah,
That
yeah.
guy? Yeah.
Dude, I hate that I love this podcast so much. I hate it.
I feel
Now
like-
you're going to sit here for the next hour watching yourself next week when it comes out.
Is this episode 7 or 6? I feel like
Yes, 7.
7.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because 6 was AI. So.
Dude,
Who
your
knows what
AI
this is
episode,
anymore? I have no
your
idea.
AI episode did not scare me at all. I saw that episode and I was like, listen, I do not care if they watch me. Here's the one thing that I am afraid of, though. Like, fast forward 100 years in the future, they have
You'll
all
be
of our
dead.
information. They know how we operate. All they need is one bad human being to dip into the programming, and then that's what causes the machines to go nuts. Because then
It's gonna be me.
you get these like robots that are like, "Yo, observe behaviors, adapt, and be aggressive," and then they can't shut off now because they've been tampered. It's human beings that are always the terrible ones. AI is fine the way it is, but people are going to tamper with it and be terrible, and they're going to make it terrible based
Hey,
on
you
human
because-
instinct.
have y'all seen the Disney movie Smart House? They gave us a little bit of a heads up on that.
Yeah.
You know, he went in, the house was fine, did some cool shit. He goes in, tampers with it. All of a sudden, it's like, nah, man.
It's
Nope.
like the Alien movies where they look at humans and they're like, "You're the real threat to the world." Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Like
100%.
where the call came from inside the house.
I mean, but it makes you think like we really are the threat. Like we are not a good species. We have like drained the world of all of its resources, and technically something should kind of extinct us because we've been in power for so long on this like small little planet that we now claim as dominion. But you know, we'll keep doing it, and it'll be fine. And hey, listen, if I get my comeuppance by some robot, I just think of like, I mean, my ancestors have been doing this for thousands of years. It is what it is, and we had a good run. We had a good run. It is what and it's not bleak. It's just like, yo, like, we did this for thousands of years. How long do you want Cody Rhodes to be champion? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
None. Fuck Cody Rhodes. I
Forever.
hate that guy.
Forever. If it's the last memory I
absolutely
have,
despise
I
that
hope
guy.
it's Cody Rhodes riding a horse, holding an American flag, taking out AI like robots. Like that would be the final boss.
While
I don't-
holding the title.
I don't
Yes.
even
Well-
watch wrestling, but I had to drop that reference because I know that you guys all watch wrestling, and I was like, I'm
I don't
gonna
watch
come.
wrestling,
You
but I
dropped
do
the
love
best
Cody
thing
Rhodes.
to trigger Jared right there. I'm just saying. You did the
Other
perfect
than-
thing
that
to
guy.
trigger Jared.
Other than talking about that, the worst of wrestling is AEW.
Why did he touch you? Why did you not like him?
He's trash, man. Trash.
I asked
Absolute
the same
trash.
question.
Is he?
Hold-
Is
hold
Cody? Is Cody Rhodes isn't your dad? Is he? Is that like? Did he visit? Did he make
No.
a visit back when you
I-
were?
We need a
No, my
Cody
dad-
Rhodes fuck shirt. That's what Cody Rhodes.
I don't.
fucks right there, like,
I don't know anything about wrestling except Vince
Yeah.
McMahon is awesome.
Cody fucks.
That's all I know. That's
so-
all I know, dude.
Hold on,
He
Vince
poops
McMahon
on
also
people.
fucks.
He poops on people. That's
He
rad.
also fucks.
That's so rad. He's doing something you get definitely ill from to another person and just going, ha ha ha. That's rad. That is rad.
But
That
doesn't
is
like
boss
when people
behavior.
sneeze. That is also a fact. He doesn't
Dude.
respect people who sneeze.
Dude, my whole appearance is getting edited out. There's no way anything I said is getting left in this podcast for all audiences. There's no way. I haven't swore, but still,
We do
it's
mature
terrible.
audience. We do explicit, so we're good. We can throw it out for whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, if there was, I definitely put Vince McMahon in the write-in ballot this year. I did. He got away
Also,
with,
twist ending. I didn't see WWE ending that way with Vince McMahon.
yeah, I know. Twist endings.
Yeah.
I definitely did not see that coming. A lady coming out of nowhere going, "Hey, guess what he did? I kind of smell now forever." Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nope. Some stinks don't wash off.
What else? What else? Shit, I had all of my twist endings on my phone in the notes pad portion. I was looking at that while I was on my laptop. Now I can't do it because I'm on fucking phone. I mean, but I guess it worked out.
It did. I feel like we're an hour and 3 minutes in. I feel good. I could definitely edit an episode out. I'll have to edit some of my stuff out, explaining that you're coming on.
Oh, just turn it into 2 episodes. It'll just be like, boom. Like,
Well, I was actually thinking about that, but we haven't talked enough about specific topics enough. But we will. I definitely want to do more. I want to have you around. We've talked numerous times about having you a part of what we're doing here and stuff like that. So.
I'm sorry that it ended this way.
I love it. So ideally, what I was going to do was my interview podcast first, kind of like have a chance for us to sit down, get to know you a little better, and then whatever. But the opportunity to scam these two and shock them
Yeah,
having
gotcha,
you come
bitch.
on was just worth it.
Scam or
Yeah,
get
exactly.
scammed, right, Jared?
Yeah, scammer get scammed.
Every time he killed somebody in Fortnite last night, that's all he would say. Scam or get scammed.
Dude, I was
So he said
drunk
it at
too,
least
so it's not my
once.
fault.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Jared was drunk. Not your fault. Not your
Yep.
fault, Jared. You were a victim of the booze.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
It's Cody
You're a
Rhodes'
survivor.
fault.
It's Cody Rhodes. Damn it, Dad.
Okay, so let's wrap this up so we can throw an ending to this. We'll call it an episode. What
I can't believe it's already over.
do we have any other things we want to bring up? Any other movies you guys want to mention? Anything like that? Did all of them get brought up? We
Sinister
wanted
had
to
a
Do we
talk
say-
pretty
wait,
good
I can't
one,
even-
but
Did we talk about The Mist?
No, Jared
Oh
was
no,
gonna.
I was the one I was gonna bring up.
It's the
So bring it up.
best.
But I
Talk about
thought-
it.
It's the best like depiction of parenting that I've ever seen in my life, and I want every single parent to watch The Mist and threaten your children with it. At the end of The Mist, just go, listen, you go do your homework, or this could happen to you. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
the Mist is so good, bro. That the twist in it that he had, I really believe he had to kill his kid for it to go away.
So good. And then he's like, ah, and does terrible acting. Ah, his child is dead. Shot it right in the head. Ah. I didn't believe him, but it was wonderful seeing a parent do that. I don't know why.
But it was wonderful.
No, is that
Jared, how did-
you never see a kid in a restaurant just not shutting up, and you just think of The Mist, and you're like, if only I could fucking do that.
Not personally,
All the
but
time.
I could totally see
All
it.
the time. I hate kids.
Jared's my
and my
spirit
kids,
animal.
and
I
my
love
kids
Jared.
call him Uncle Jared. So
Well, as I say, Jared and Taylor should have a parenting podcast.
Did you know if you wanted to, you could demist your child? But only in extenuating circumstances. There has to be monstrous tentacle beings coming at you from another dimension. There has to be a supermarket full of religious cultists, and there has to be spider creatures around you in a foggy, unseeable mist. And only then
See,
can
okay,
you
that right
tap
there
your
sounds
kid in the
like-
head.
that sounds like a normal weekend in West Virginia for Jared.
It does.
Dude, without giving any spoilers, though, because I want Christopher to watch it because he hasn't, Barbarian has a fucking amazing
Dude.
twist in it.
Barbarian, I've never wanted breast milk so badly in my life than when I saw that movie. I
Same.
saw that at the end of that movie, I was like this. It was crazy. I was like, am I doing
Never one
that?
time have I seen a movie that has made me crave breast milk. I'm just
I did-
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm telling
you ain't watched The Voyeurs with Sydney Sweeney, then.
Then you've never lived.
I guess. So,
Then
man.
you've never lived.
I'm just out here, just living my life. Okay, we got to wrap this up. We're at over an hour in now. I'll have to edit all this up, and we'll get this. I definitely want to have you back on now that we know you can get on. But
Oh,
thank
my
you so
computer's
much.
already broken in half. I got mad. I broke it in half. I can show you the two pieces. It's in
I can
half.
build it. I can rebuild it. We can remake it.
If you build it, they'll come. Or Jared will. I don't know.
That's right. I already did.
That's getting edited out.
Or is it?
Little do you know, that's one of the TikTok clips.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you, Taylor. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you fighting through even all of your tech issues here, and having the wherewithal to still join on the phone.
Hold on.
Oh,
Before
dude, this
before
this
we call
rule.
it off, Taylor, I need one thing, and I know you know what that thing is.
Oh, you want me to let me know? Let me know. I
Paid
love you,
my
Chris.
whole night. There we go. Okay. Now you can
But
sign off.
thank you for being on, Chris, Jared. Always the best. Make sure if you're not checking this out on YouTube and you're checking it on TikTok, you'll find all these guys on TikTok repping the horror community as always, and now doing regular movies, doing all kinds of stuff. View count forever. Make sure you're checking out all of our content. WatchViewCount.com. WatchViewCount.com/Discord to join the Discord. If you guys want to join that, go ahead and do so. And we'll be back next week with another episode. I think we're talking cryptids next week.
probably be there. I'll be a full member next time.
I'm down with you being but hopefully you guys are there as well. Thank you for watching.